Now here we go, everybody. It's Kitty Pryde time. Yes, Kitty Pryde, as a lot of you know, is coming to the game. Very excited to have a look at the extent of how this champion will be of a huge benefit. We're also going to be looking at the deep dive, so Dave's deep dive, and incorporating it into this video as well. So it's not all just me looking at this screen here. It's going to be a little bit of having a look at how this then goes from paper to on screen. A lot of the benefits the champion gets is from having Lockheed. So if you're familiar with the backstory, Lockheed Key, it has some prevalence in Kitty Pryde's backstory, especially for the fact that she's now Incinerate immune. She does bring prowess to the table, which is going to be brilliant. Same way that Gambit and as well Jubilee do something of the very same. It looks like as well the champion has that kind of similar to Ghost element, which players really wanted to see, and looks like they won't be disappointed. The gameplay in Kitty's kit is focused around dashing back and forth to phase through enemy attacks, preventing incoming damage and dealing large bursts of damage to the opponent. So not exactly like Ghost, but mainly has some kind of like element as well to that skill, rotation and play mechanic that the champions both possess. Staying phased as often as possible is the name of the game for Kitty Pryde, and players who pull this off effectively will take her to the next level and make the absolute most out of her kit. Moment to moment gameplay. Kitty uses prowess as a resource for damage via special attacks, inflicts Incinerates that will fuel prowess potency even higher. Balancing both of these will be essential for getting the most damage potential out of her. And how it seems how to play this champion and get all those big numbers is to go into an SP3. Once there, you'll be able to get a passive Incinerate. Then you want to phase, put an SP1 on, and you'll be seeing that yellow marker to the left-hand side build. That's part and parcel how this champion works. And then build up to an SP2, and then in phase, once you've thrown that SP2, it will stack over to like a crazy amount, or a good amount of prowess. That SP2 comes in and it's like 50k, 50k, 50k. Good Incinerates. I think against like some other champions like Winter Soldier or other ones where you're not capped, because that's the biggest issue, being capped on the amount of the crits that you can do. Because you really want to see big yellow numbers. Not to say they aren't, but it's just like, man, you want to see like really big yellow numbers, you know? And that's just the thing. That's just the name of the game, about building the prowess, building in phase, building to the potential you can do, and then, you know, shooting off the big numbers. Now, for those familiar with playing Ghost, you'll know that interceptions as well as parries and heavy attacks and things like that. You know how you're playing your Ghost. Similar thing to the way Kitty Pryde rotates around. Gain 2 prowess when intercepting a dashing opponent. Also, 1 prowess each time either champion lands a critical hit or inflict a stun debuff. Look out for that. Don't try and get a cowardice, or prowess will be lost. Each prowess increases special attack damage, yada yada yada. Next special attack strikes the opponent or their block. Each time Lockheed prevents an Incinerate, the above prowess potency bonus is increased by 30%, which, you know, I guess that's kind of like handy if enemy champions are Incinerate immune. And with Kitty dashing forward with 3 or more prowess triggers phasing for the duration of dash plus 1.2 seconds after, giving the opponent 100% chance to miss. This is paused during Kitty's special attacks. While phase gain 3,900 critical rating. I mean, you know, we're seeing some very big similarities to Ghost here. Become stun immune and take 80% reduced damage. While phase, #robot suffer minus 20% ability accuracy reduction. Very difficult, I think, against Nimrod, especially with the way he deals with mutants. But I don't know, everything interacts with one another nowadays. I'm sure something will break. Personal debuffs and buffs that are triggered while phased become passive and gain plus 20% duration. So look out for that. So like the prowess. Each miss caused by phase deals a burst of 2,422 physical damage, and Kitty gains 3 personal prowess. These can stack above the normal limit. Excellent. When phasing expires, 6 prowess are consumed for each miss that phase caused. Okay, so there's, as I said, there's very big similarities to the way that Ghost rotates, the way that Ghost is played out, but has its own kind of like unique little kind of like slight spin on things as well. And Command was saying the best way to deal with this is parry, dash back, then dash forward. This allows her to phase for most of every combo and maintain her phase bonus as long as possible. If you're feeling skilled, you can also intercept the opponent and achieve the same thing. So yeah, this is going to be one of those fun champions. The champion seems to have some really kind of like cool rotations, like here, like phasing, and also phasing through the encroaching stun side of things, as well as a whole plethora of different types of nodes, which you can see again. There's another one on screen where it just interacts through it. So I think this is going to be one of these champions. I mean, look at it, what it does against Colossus. It's just really cool. I think, as I said, like people who are fans of Ghost will indeed like Kitty Pryde as much, if not maybe a little bit more. Which is like, you know, hey, is that actually going to be possible? Well, I don't know. If you get accustomed to your Ghost, you might like, well, I like the Prowess build. I like maybe the, not consistency, because then that's like saying like Ghost isn't a consistent type of champion. I'm sure people would disagree and would make it consistent as possible. I just think that this is going to be one of those, look, you incinerate a champion, you phase, you kind of like, you know about swiping back and swiping forward. It's kind of similar, so I guess that's really the thing. I'm saying it's just that it doesn't possess stuff like a emblem of a critical rate passive, or it's got a fury buff, or what will be converted into a passive fury buff when it comes to debuff effects. It's just it's similar but not the same, if you kind of like get my meaning by that. But yeah, everything looks pretty exciting for this champion. The way you throw Incinerates on, and the way that can be beneficial to refreshing them, rotating around them, and as well doing more damage based on Lockheed being part of the crew. So part of the ship, part of the crew. Just a quick look on the SP1. Final 3 hits in his attack, each of the Incinerate debuff we know about. I think the SP3 rotation is probably the best way to go, which is that you inflict a non-stack Incinerate debuff, dealing 2,295 energy damage over 30 seconds. When this attack ends, enter phasing for 2 seconds. If phasing was already active this time, extend to 4 seconds. But as well with the signature ability, which is nice by the way, while phased, take no damage from any source. That's going to be a really helpful signature ability. While phased, gain 250% defensive combat power. This means that you're going to be rotating around special attacks better. The first time each personal Incinerate effect expires naturally or is purified, it has a 40% chance to re-trigger itself at plus 30% potency. And that's actually really nice. That's a nice signature ability. I know we said about, in the other video, about Nimrod, which is either out or going to be out, the fact that not a lot of signature abilities are not good, but they just don't add that extra kind of spice. This could be a good extra spice to the rotations of the champion, especially for the way you want to play it, the specials you want to be consistently and quite frequently throwing, especially with that prowess up. So that looks really good. Quick look on some of the synergies. That with Wolverine, you get landing a heavy attack consumes all personal regeneration effects. Each effect removed. This way grants a fury buff. Wow, increasing attack rating by 15% for 10 seconds. I'm interested in trying that synergy. I really am. I'm a big Wolverine fan, so we'll have to see. And there's a few others as well. With Ghost entering a phase during the opponent's special attack grants a fury buff, increasing attack rating. Wow, there's Ghost gets a synergy as well. There you go. There's a few other things as well. Dragon Man. There's something with Magneto. The first hit of every special attack inflicts a weakness debuff. Handy for certain nodes, especially if you go into variants and you need to throw a weakness. Yeah, so anyway, it looks good. And Kitty Pryde, just, I don't know really what to say except for it just feels like it's Ghost, but mutant. It's a mutant Ghost. And also kind of does a bit different because it throws a debuff effect, which I don't think Ghost throws a debuff effect. So yeah, like you get to throw Incinerates. Nice. That's going to be handy for certain nodes. But as well, like the rotation seem quite fun, as well as having Incinerate immunity. Well, unfortunately, this champion doesn't have any immunity, so breaking out the Archangel for this fight, I think, next week. So yeah, that has been a video. Thank you very much for watching. What are your thoughts on Kitty Pryde? Make sure as well to check out some content recently posted on screen right now. Make sure to check out the Nimrod video, either dropping very soon or already dropped on the channel. Appreciate you very much and see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.